Hello students, now this is a very different kind of questions which requires a lot of thinking and analytical ability. So I'll try my best to explain you this question. What is given is a particle starts moving along x-axis from x is equal to 0 till x is equal to 1. And at x is equal to 0, it starts with t equal to 0, and here it reaches at t is equal to 1. And here velocity is 0, and here velocity is again 0. Right? So what is happening is, and then alpha is the acceleration somewhere, and that is again not constant. Why acceleration is not constant? Because it is starting from 0 and again reaching to 0. So the body is accelerating and then decelerating. Are you getting my point? So acceleration will go on changing. It will be positive at some time and negative at some time. So there is a comment, first comment in that thing is, alpha cannot be positive for all t's in the interval 0 to 1 second, right? So that's quite natural. So first option A is correct. This is a multiple option question. So option A is correct because alpha cannot be positive all the time. Otherwise body will not stop here. So that's quite obvious. Now you got to figure out which of the other things are right in this, right? Since it's a multiple choice, more than one option correct questions, we got to evaluate all options. So now let us try to see how the things are going to be like. If I can draw let's say a VT diagram for this. So velocity will start from 0, rises to some value, and then again drops to some value, and at t is equal to 1, right? So now pay attention to this. Area of this graph, area under VT curve, gives the displacement, and so displacement is again given to be 1. So this triangle has to have area equal to 1, right? So to have the area 1, the base is 1, so the height has to be half, right? So the height has to be, height has to be 2, because then area of the triangle is going to be, area will be equal to half of base into height, which is again 1, right? So I can see that V max is coming out to be 2. Clear on that? Maximum velocity is 2. Now it can happen like this also, or it can happen like this also, or it can happen like this also, or it can happen like this also. Either way. But now you'll notice, if it has to happen like this, the acceleration has to be extremely large, so it rapidly builds up that velocity, and then deceleration can be slow and going till 0, or it can be slightly less acceleration and then it can be here. So in these phases, acceleration will be very high and deceleration, numerical value of deceleration will be smaller. Whereas if you see this is slowly accelerating, so acceleration value will be slow, but it is rapidly decelerating, right? So we take a case which is a midpoint here, where this is accelerating at some value and then decelerating with the same value, numerical value, right? So what is that? That is going to happen at t is equal to 1 by 2, midpoint, right? So now I have at t is equal to 0, velocity is 0, and t is equal to 1 by 2, it achieves maximum velocity. So now acceleration is equal to v minus u by t, so that is equal to v is 2, u is 0, and t is 1 by 2. So A is equal to 4 meter per second square. For that, so this line will represent acceleration to be 4 meter per second square. If I have these lines, the acceleration will be more than 4 meter per second square. This line will have acceleration less than 4 meter per second square, but then deceleration will be more than 4 meter per second square. So mod of deceleration will again be more than 4 meter per second square. So what now I can say is, I think they are denoting acceleration by alpha. So let's call it alpha. So alpha minimum, sorry, alpha maximum. I think one of the option is there. Mod of alpha must be greater than or equal to 4, right? Mod of alpha should be greater than or equal to 4. If it is 4, it is going to achieve this. If it is more than 4, it is going to achieve these kind of motions. And if it is less than 4, it's going to be like this, but then on this side, deceleration will be more than 4. So anyway, this relation will be valid. So option C is also correct. Now let us see what is option B. Mod of alpha cannot exceed 2 at any point in the path. So that's not right. So option B is not right. And there's one more option. Alpha must change sign during the motion. Yes, it does. But no other assertion can be made with the information given. No, we made an assertion that alpha has to be greater than or equal to 4. So even D option is not right. So the only options which are correct are A and C. Okay. So understand this very carefully. Understand the method which I used to visualize this kind of motion. It is very important to visualize how the question is before we start attempting that. Okay. So if you have not understood, see this video again and understand this problem very thoroughly, because it's a very interesting JEE advanced problem.